Hi, my name's Kyle. My house burned down last month, and now I'm rebuilding my life from scratch. Come buy a TV with me.
Before we continue, this video is brought to you in part by cdkeyoffer.com. So I have 3 desktop PCs that I regularly bounce between, and all of them are running activated copies of Windows from keys that I got on cdkeyoffer.com. I've used many key sites in the past, but CDKeyOffer is the only one I've never had an issue with. I've never had a bad key, I've never had to call customer service, I've never had to email customer support, and I've never had to activate Windows over a phone, which is super fun. Right now you can get a Windows 10 Pro OEM key for around $22, but wait! Add it to your cart, use the 25% discount code BW20 at checkout, and the price drops to just $16.93. Buy Grabthar's hammer, what a savings. To use your new key, just go to your purchased orders from the drop-down menu to view and copy the key once you get there, and then paste that key into the Windows activation page. Voila! You've got an activated OS that's also eligible for a free upgrade to Windows 11. Alternatively, you can skip the upgrade and buy Windows 11 Pro directly using the same code BW20 to snag the OS for around $23. Activate the key using the aforementioned steps and get the full Windows experience easily and affordably. Thanks again to cdkeyoffer.com. Now back to the main video.
How do you make a video about buying a TV exciting? You don't. It already is. Buying a TV is the most exciting thing anyone could possibly do. Think about it. Your wedding day, the day your child's born, heroin. Buying a TV is more exciting than 2 of those things. It is the tip-top S-tier exciting activity to do and to witness. You are so pumped to watch me buy a TV right now. You cannot control your butt muscles. That's how stoked you absolutely are. And if you don't believe me, why are you still here? There's nothing more freeing than buying a TV. In fact, it might be the ultimate symbol of freedom. And it is our God-given right. As American citizens, the U.S. Constitution that our founding forefathers founded to walk into a store, whip out your gun, your wallet, buy a TV, bring her home, plug her in to watch the game, and not The Bachelor. Kissing a cowgirl, cracking a cold one, praying for the world, beating my stepson. Oh, sorry. We had the TV and the subwoofer, but they did not have the soundbar I wanted, so now we're going to Best Buy. And compared to Micro Center, Best Buy, how would you compare the two? They're kind of like Shrek and Donkey. Best Buy is Shrek, Micro Center's Donkey. Shrek is clearly the more successful one, but Donkey's the better hang. So we like Donkey, but we keep Shrek around because sometimes he has stuff we need. Not always, hardly ever, but sometimes. I promise you, I did not plan to go all out on TV sound. I was gonna buy a mid-range soundbar and be done with it. But when my girlfriend bought me a pair of Sonos Era 300 speakers for Valentine's Day earlier this month, I thought, in for a penny, in for a pound. Now these are phenomenal speakers on their own. I've been listening exclusively to music with them, but they cannot by themselves act as TV speakers. They can, however, be added to a larger Sonos sound system to serve as surround speakers. That's why I just bought a Sonos Arc Ultra soundbar and a Sonos Sub Mini. Now why get the Sub Mini and not the full-size sub with more oomph? Because I live in a modestly sized apartment and I don't want my neighbors on the other side of that wall to hate me. One day when I move to a place that's big enough for me to do a cartwheel in, then maybe I'll consider getting the full-size sub. But Houston, we have a problem. See, this soundbar is fairly beefy, not just in terms of length, but height as well, which means it's gonna cover up the bottom of our TV, which is why I picked up this. It's an aftermarket TV stand with adjustable height that will allow our TV to easily clear the soundbar, so when I watch hentai, I can read the subtitles. That's my favorite part about hentai, the writing. Hold on, hold the phone. I want to explain something real quick before we continue. So this is where I'm supposed to mount the legs on the back of the TV. This is what lines up with the VESA holes on the TV. But I always thought, I felt it looks too close together. The feet are so close, they're so close, it makes the TV look like he's nervous, like it's his first day of school. So I bought this VESA plate adapter so that I can widen the stance of the TV slightly, like so. And I just now realized while filming this is that I forgot to get nuts, the proper nuts for these screws in order to mount these bars to the plate. And because this is not the intended purpose of this plate. This plate is to widen compatibility with other stands and mounts and stuff. It came with these screws, but it didn't come with the nuts. I gotta get the nuts. Walmart closes in like 20 minutes. Let's see if they got it. We got the nuts. We got the nuts and the bolts. I got an assortment pack. It was only 10 bucks, and an Xbox controller. This is actually my second one, so now I have two. And this sort of explains why I'm just now deciding to set up all this home theater stuff. There's a video game that comes out very soon called Split Fiction. It's from the same developers that made It Takes Two, which won Game of the Year, and also happens to be my girlfriend and I's favorite co-op game that we've ever played together. So we're very excited to play the new one, and I just figured that setting this all up would be a really fun way for us to enjoy playing games together in the same way we used to before my house went to heaven. Actually, my house went to hell. I'm sure she'll appreciate it. I'm excited. Everyone's excited. Let's wrap this up. The TV looks fantastic, but of course it does. It's an LG OLED C4. I should have mentioned that sooner. The TV looks great. TV stand? The aftermarket stand, I'm still not feeling it. I still don't like the way it looks. It looks like he looks like the TV's skiing. Doesn't it look like he's skiing? I think I'm just gonna swap it for the included stand and find some way to elevate that. People online, I was looking it up, are using shelves, just like floating shelves to elevate it a couple inches. That's all you really need. And the arc is large enough to obfuscate whatever we use to lift the TV, so I'll probably go that route. As far as how the Sonos speakers sound, well, it is about 2 a.m. right now, and as much as I would love to get my first noise complaint, not getting a noise complaint sounds so much better. So I'm gonna wait till tomorrow. So I've had some time to spend with the Sonos sound system. Of course, the OLED TV is the OLED TV, and it's gonna be awesome. Of course, it's amazing, but I was really more curious about the Sonos sound system because it's not an inexpensive system. It's probably around $2,500 for all these speakers. Now, granted, I got 2 of those speakers as a gift, but I was really curious to see if it would be worth it. If I was actually spending my hard-earned money, all $2,500 of those dollars out of my pocket, would I be satisfied with the performance of the setup? And the answer is no. It is so bad, I cannot even believe anyone would buy this shit. No, I'm just kidding. It's great. It's amazing. It's actually phenomenal. It's so good. It's so good because here's how I'll put it. If I had only bought the TV and soundbar, just those two things, erase all the other speakers, just those two things alone, I would still have an incredible experience, both visually and sound-wise. But this would still be a living room. Add the subwoofer and surround speakers, this is now a home theater. This is a 7.1.2 channel system, and it really does feel like sound can come at you from any direction, not just from the direction of the speakers. The only way to describe it is cinematic, and it actually makes this TV feel smaller. I think that's a compliment to the sound system because it just makes you want to have that almost like VR all-encompassing experience visually to match what your ears are experiencing. And the sound quality is outstanding. Across the board, all frequencies, everything I've pumped through these speakers so far, movies, music, sounds so good. I showed this to my parents earlier today so they could compare it to their setup at home, and they burned their house down. You might be wondering what I'm gonna game on, what my girlfriend and I are gonna game on when the game comes out. Are we gonna game on the Xbox? Are we gonna game on the Xbox? Well, we could, but we're not out of dignity yet. I'm actually gonna build an HTPC, a home theater PC, that's gonna provide a much better experience overall than the Xbox with these parts. This is not everything. I'm still waiting on some parts to arrive, but we've got the A4H2O from Lee. I think it's 11 liters, very small. And then we've got the 9800X 3D right here, fastest gaming CPU on the market right now. Mini ITX board from Gigabyte. This is their Aorus B850i Aorus Pro. 32 gigs of G.Skill FlareX DDR5 memory, and an RTX 5080. I know this This is not a very popular card right now, but NVIDIA only made 6.5 of these things. I gotta use it. Apart from that, I'm waiting on a 240mm liquid AIO, PSU, and SSD. Those should be coming shortly. Dedicated video on that build very soon. Stay tuned for that. I'm gonna get out of here though. I think that's gonna do it for me. Thank you very much for watching this video. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I think that's it. My brain is empty now. Okay, bye.
Shout out to the new members. Thank you guys for joining, and I thought you'd all be sick of cats after the last video. Boy, was I wrong. Just look at that, nothing going on. Lights are on, but no one's home. Just a piece of cotton ball between those ears. How sweet life is with a single brain cell.